Hey YouTube, it's Jada and I am back with another video. I have my wonderful sister with me, Jasmine.
Hey, long time.
It's been a minute, but you know, I figured why not, in the spirit of giving for the holidays. It meant the most to me to make a video just talking about how it's been like post-grad for her and for myself. Entering into this tech space as a full-time engineer and her achieving her dreams in her mdphd program. And so we're just going to talk about how it's been and things that we're looking forward to, right?
I like that.
That was not good.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. Ooh.
That was good.
Well, we just finished eating our low vibrational plate, so we are just in time to record this. All right. All right, so, okay, number one thing. Well, we both graduated in May.
Yes, we did.
And this is May this year, 2022, long time coming, 4 years strong. By the time May came, Jazza knew that she was going to her school for her MD PhD program, and so her mind was very gung-ho about that.
Yeah.
I knew that I was moving to Seattle by that time to work at Microsoft. Mm-hmm. And so we both were in a position of trying to figure out like next steps in regards to like where we're going to live and finances and moving and all that type of stuff. So that was really difficult. Like as a young adult,
it was a lot. Like just having to just move on. Like you've celebrated such a big accomplishment in your life and you've graduated college, just a hard feat. But then, like you said, we just kept it pushing. Like, okay, no break, gag. Like, it was like club, another club. It was like graduation, job, move, like, so it was crazy.
That was like
and we didn't really plan for it the best way that we could have. Like, we could have done a better job. But, you know, it's all about the way you push through journeys, like push through obstacles, because we didn't have like a guide, like this is the step-by-step guide on how you need to go about post-grad. Like we didn't have that.
Yeah.
So we went about it the way we thought we should have been, but it wasn't.
I mean, I thought it was pretty fun. I feel like if you know, have a goal or something that you have in mind for the summertime and you've been like grinding it out in the entire spring semester, like things might not get figured out by then, but we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, or at least you have the goal, but it's like, okay, now I gotta get there.
I gotta get there. That was not. We had the plan, we just needed the platform.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
See? So
but
honestly,
talk about the way we got there. I don't know if that's jumping into conclusion, but I will say, even though our journey to physically get to where we were destined to be was a hard one, it was one that was necessary, and the way it went down was perfect for our situation and perfect for just our lives, period, like what we needed at that moment.
It was. So we only stayed in Maryland for about 3 weeks before we left. Like this is like right after graduation. And so physically, we decided to do a road trip from Maryland to Texas to move Jasmine in to Houston.
Yes.
And
then you stayed with me.
Then I stayed for a week or so, and then I moved like to Seattle with myself in a suitcase. Listen, I clearly...
We did what needed to be done. Look at this.
Clearly, we're furnished now. We're furnished. But I will say, like, the emotional and mental like relationship that we had, this grew so much fonder because by us doing that road trip. It was 3 days.
The trip was 3 days, like she said, Maryland to Texas. We stopped in damn near all this other states.
We did.
So North Carolina, the Carolinas, period, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. But Alabama was one. We stopped in Mobile, and that was crazy. We drove all the way through.
It was raining so bad.
It was raining so bad. We had such a it was oscillation. Like, it was a lot. It was really, really good at times, and then sometimes we were driving like, shit, we just gotta keep going. Like, it is pouring, raining. We just gotta keep pushing through, keep going. And we ended up in Houston, and like she said, it was a transforming time us driving
Yeah.
from Maryland to Texas, and I'm glad we drove, and I'm glad that we went through those 3 days together, exploring different towns, exploring different weathers. I'm glad we got the Mobile. It was so damn humid, and but the trip was fun. It was from freestyles to podcasts to games to everything imaginable, to like looking at signs and just talking about God and everything. It was a great trip.
Yeah, I think it just also reminded me that, you know, college is over and you don't get that time back. So we really reflected on like our 4 years of school and how much it helped us become the women we are today.
100%.
We even talked about like what this post grad looked like for us, and not in a negative way per se, but like more so in a like, ooh, no more school, no more college, no more undergrad. And so after that, it became work. It's the real work. So jumping into
and
our careers.
Too. Life
Yeah. Oh, right. And life. Right. Look at me jumping ahead. Yeah, life too. Like,
a lot.
I'll talk about Seattle first and how that's been, and then you talk about how Houston's been for you.
Okay.
And like the things that the things that like need that focus when you are jumping out there, like as a young adult.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes it feels like you aren't doing enough, and you have to remind yourself so often that I'm just now beginning this. I am not a master of anything. It's better to go into things understanding that you know not much, so you can learn as much as you can. And so that's what I try to do, or have been doing since I moved here. I made some very key things my priorities, instead of trying to spread myself too thin. So I knew I was giving those things 100% of myself, and not giving like a half filled me. And so one of those things was building community here in this city. Another thing was becoming just more confident and more savvy in my, like, as a software engineer full time. Like, this is not an intern. I'm not an intern anymore. This is the real deal. So that was another thing too. And then another thing is also like just continuing to build my relationship with God, and really delving into the word and with Christ. So those are my main 3 priorities. And then along with that, things happen, like, you know, got my place is furnished, built my wardrobe up a little bit. So, you know, just, you know, little sonic things. Yes. But the things that I was really intentional about were those 3 things. And so one thing I'll say, like, moving to a new city, it is kind of hard to make friends. But one thing that adult friends, people are a bit like who are older. But what I will say is that don't let that discourage you from trying to go out and put yourself out there and make friends. There are people out there that do want to meet other like-minded people more often than not. And so trust me, like, you'll meet a person or a couple of people that are like so down to earth, so cool, match your energy. And then if you all both put effort in to like communicate with each other or hang out, like, it will work out. So that's the one thing that I try to implore, like, not to, you know, shoot my own self in the foot or discourage myself, or like social anxiety, like that really does creep up on me. But I try to like knock it off by reminding myself, like, hey, what's the worst that can happen? Like, I'm going to go out by myself. If I don't like where I'm at, I can leave. Yeah. There's nothing restricting me from leaving this vicinity.
Right.
But what's the best that can happen? I can meet people. I could meet a new friend. I could enjoy my food. Like,
yeah,
you know, just having like low expectations so my anxiety doesn't get high. And every time I've did that, it's worked out. And now I've met so many good, great people that are like so driven, so goal oriented, just all around great people. And I'm just so happy about that. Okay, pass it off to you. Yeah.
Okay, so like Jada said, my post-grad life has been a bit different because I am in medical school getting my mdphd. So a different mindset is definitely going on in here to approach that. So I would say the three things for me, well, number one definitely was me building my discipline. I knew that I needed to have extreme discipline going into medical school. And to be candid, I was not the studier in college. Kind of studied the night before some things, read over a couple things sometimes, and took my test and did pretty okay. The most I studied was for the MCAT, so I kind of had to remind myself, like, Jasmine, you'll be doing like MCAT style studying almost every day. So that was a pill to swallow. I'm still swallowing it, and I'm almost done. So yeah, so I'm saying still a lot because it's just a lot. Discipline is hard, y'all. And discipline in every facet of life. Not even just me studying. Me making sure that I'm taking care of myself. Me making sure that I have food that I can eat for lunch and dinner. Me making sure that I'm drinking enough water. Me making sure that I look put together. My hair is done. Hair, outfit, maybe nails, depending on the day. Clothes. Just making sure my life is in order while I am still actively studying is a hard thing to do. So that was the biggest thing I had to learn. Second was how to learn balancing my social life in the midst of me having a lot going on, because I do have to be more intentional with the way I spent my time. And that's also hard because, again, I was a spontaneous person. I didn't really have anything holding me back in college, where I definitely do feel like medical school is something that is almost like number one in my life. So whatever I'm doing outside of school has to fit the school box. Or has to fit my schedule within school. So I have to make sure that I'm doing things outside of it because that is draining. And I think I've been doing a pretty good job. I have great relationships at school, outside of school, in hometown DC, or in my college town DC. I'm still connected with a lot of people, and I try to go out as much as I can. Catch it on TikTok. I be going out at times where I should be. But work still gets done. I still studied. I'm still passing, so that's all that matters. And I would say the third thing, what would be the third thing? Just trying to figure out what adulthood looks like, because people that know me would say that I could be serious when it's time to be serious, and I could be playful when it's time to be playful. But when I look at myself, sometimes I feel like I don't act the way I should be acting. Like, what does a 22-year-old act like? Is that full-on adult? Because for me, for dinner, like, I can eat. I'm not gonna say I can eat chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets from the air fryer. Some crinkly fries, and I will be okay. I will be fine. Now I will go to a restaurant and give me, seared salmon, but I'm not making that for myself. Or the things I'm watching on television is really either sappy, like reality TV, or Bob's Burgers. So I'm like, this is what I'm starting to realize. I'm just coming to terms with who I am as a person, and I'm not really withholding myself because I'm supposed to fit some this mold that I know I don't fit into. So I just do whatever now. I don't care. I think I've grown to be not giving a F. So I do what I want. I love that you censored yourself. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I don't cuss too much. But yeah, I just don't care no more. I do what I want. Like, especially since I don't have that much time to do the things I want to do. I do what I want. So that's me watching Twitch. That's me watching Twitch. If that's me eating chicken nuggets and French fries, that's me eating chicken nuggets and French fries. If that's me having a Lunchable every now and again, that's me having a Lunchable. Like, I'm just doing what I want in my life, and I'm not necessarily afraid of what adulthood, or if this fits the box of adulthood. Yeah. So those would be the three things. Like I was saying, I don't think there's other people out there that like probably like well into their 20s that still don't feel like an adult. Like I said the other day, like I feel like I'm a child guest starring as an adult. Like the only thing adult about me is the bills. Like nothing else about me is adult. The only thing about me that gives adult is literally my physical appearance and the bills. Because inside of me, for real, is a kid. It's a kid. But you know what? I love that though. It's like like being able to do the things you want to do. Like I could just if I wanted to go outside right now and just run around, I could. I could just do that. And who's going to check me? Like nobody. You realize that people don't really care. Yeah, like. I think it was a TikTok or a YouTube video I saw where the person was like, you are like taxi driver number 37, and people was like,
view of life, what you do doesn't matter. Like, nobody cares about what taxi driver number 37 is doing. Like, he could be, they could be doing anything, and it wouldn't stand out in the movie. And that's like from other people's lens. So once you realize that, like, people really aren't like caring that deeply about what you're doing on a consistent basis, you just start to do what you rather do.
But what I will say though is that I still appreciate having a school schedule. I like having a school schedule. But if you don't, you still have to figure out a way to add discipline into your life, because I think discipline is one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my adulthood, and it's one that I'm still learning. But discipline is one, and it's a number one.
Yeah, it's a lot of people post grad that work that 9 to 5, and that includes me. One of the things that I've like definitely noticed is like just making sure that I have a little bit of spontaneity within it. Like, I'm not just working 9 to 5 and then coming home, eating dinner, go to sleep. Like, that becomes so mundane, and then like it just feels like the days are just going by. You turn around and 2 years now, you're like, where did the 2 years go? And it's like, yes, I'm, this is the job, like I'm full-time, I can't mess up, I'm on edge, yada, all these things. I gotta prove myself, in which, in certain cases, I guess you do. Like, you gotta put your, your best foot forward, especially as a new hire. Like, you're learning, you're trying to ramp up with your team, you want to contribute to your team's success. So I definitely understand that. But not taking yourself so hard and so seriously, and having fun, instilling hobbies or things to do throughout the week, having fun on the weekends, like self-care, like all those things are so important to make you, to feel fulfilled and not, completely super drained. So yeah.
I love that.
But I wanted to bring up moving away from home.
Oh yeah.
After college.
I love Texas.
I say do it. If you have the opportunity, move. Leave.
Move out the way.
Yeah, move. Go. There's so many people that, and I've talked to a couple that, might have a really cool opportunity somewhere else, not at home, and be nervous to take it. Like, I don't know what you want, and, my family not there. Like, and what's going to happen if I leave? Like, is anything going to change? And I'm here to say no. You're going to come home and everything's going to be the exact same. Like, you never left. You're going to fall right back into place. Like, when I came back home, it felt like the same old. Like, nothing changed. And I just was so grateful to be able to just jump back into that environment and then to leave. Like, I'm telling you, like getting out of your comfort zone, it pushes you so much. Like, there's been so much growth. Like, I've been in Seattle now for almost 6 months. But I'm saying, like, bro, if you have the opportunity to move, go.
Yeah.
Take that chance on yourself. Like, especially, and treat it like you might not ever have it again. Now, if it doesn't sit well with your spirit, like if you feel like it's not the right opportunity, then listen to that. That's intuition, like, for sure. But if you really low-key want to do it, like, you thinking about it, but then you're like overthinking it, just go for it. Things will figure itself out. Go for it.
I 110% agree. I think that people forget how much a new city could just add to your life. Like, that's a personality trait. I use a personality trait. But you have the time to explore a whole new city. That takes a long time to do, just alone. Then on top of you exploring the new city, restaurants, new hobbies, whatever, you have people. And I definitely do believe that getting out of your comfort zone and meeting new people and experiencing that is something that, if you don't move out of your city, you'll never get to experience. And I think it's something that everyone should experience. Like, it's such a cool feeling to go out and be like, okay, I don't know anyone, but I hope by the end of this I'll meet like 2-3 people. And it happens every time, y'all, I swear. And like Jada was saying earlier, if something is making you uncomfortable, then leave. Like, if you don't like the space you're in, you could just go home. But I definitely do feel like getting out of your comfort zone and moving to a new city is something that every young adult should experience.
Yeah.
And
or just traveling.
Or travel.
Yeah,
that travel too. And also too, like, you're not bound. Like, you can't be like, okay, this is the end all, I'm writing my name.
Like, I'm here forever.
No, like, if you don't like it, you can leave. Move back. You can move to a new city.
Yeah.
and just, you know, have
You could
a
even
time.
move back home.
You could even
like,
move back home.
I know that home is still a place I could go to.
Exactly.
Beyond this, like if there's ever a time where I was like, you know what, I'm ready to pack it up, I know I could go home. Like that's never been something I had to doubt. So,
Exactly.
and I don't mean like home as in like move back in with my mom home. I mean like Maryland home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in Texas for a while, but but no, I definitely do feel like moving to Houston was one of the best ideas I had in my life. I'm so grateful and honored to like have the experience and have the program I'm in. And people know like that was a whole thing. I didn't know I was going to be in Houston, but now I'm in Houston, and I'm just so thankful. Yeah, so yeah, look, if you want to move to Houston, you're my friend. But
Girl, what did you just say?
if you want to move to Houston, which you should, because Houston's a great city, you should come and be my friend.
Oh yes. Go ahead, be her.
Yes.
She's cool.
And Seattle too. Anyway,
this was a good girl talk. I think this was just a catch up. Like it's been a while. I'm excited to post more on this channel. Honestly, I might just post this like this. There's like so many I feel like TikTok and stuff like it's so like addicting, but sometimes you just want to hear people chit chat.
And it's gonna come back too. Long videos is coming back. I'm telling you.
I don't even care about all that. I just want to talk to y'all. Like I just want to kiki. It's been a while and there's been a lot of things happening, so I'm excited to keep posting. Like I'm not gonna promise anything because life do be lifing, but I'm excited to be back here. So and to have this moment with my sister before she go back to Houston and go back to her her couple year bid.
It is a bit. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. Oh.
All right. But thanks again, y'all. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, like the video, share it to your homegirls,
Hit the bell,
and comment anything. Like I just want to react and interact with y'all. So yeah, have a good one. Be blessed and happy Thanksgiving.